From a home-based online business to 2 stores in prime marketplaces. This September, Dugout Vintage expanded its operations to the Western campus. This brings the business closer than ever to its notably young customer base.
Like I'll be biking through campus and I'll see someone wearing like a jacket or like a t-shirt that they've got from us. So that's a really cool feeling, like knowing that people actually really like the stuff that they get from us.
Neil Garrity has been involved with Dugout Vintage since its 2018 launch as an online store. He now manages both of its storefronts. On March 1st, 2020, Dugout Vintage opened its doors on Dundas Street. Despite a COVID-induced closure 2 weeks later, the business survived the pandemic and continued to grow. Their new store is centrally located at Western's University Community Center. Dugout Vintage is the first and only non-food retailer on campus with no affiliation to Western University. Will campus see more independent business in the future? Or is Dugout just a special case? Dugout Vintage co-founder Aaron Baker says it was Western who asked them to open a store on campus.
I guess they put out a survey last year or something, like what do you want to see more of on campus, and the number one thing was vintage clothing, I guess.
So what is it about vintage clothes that students like so much? Garrity thinks it has to do with self-expression.
It's like a good way to like express yourself through what you're wearing. So I think a lot of young people have a similar mindset.
Curious to know more, we asked the customers for their thoughts.
I like the authenticity of it. I'd say it has some originality to it.
My favorite thing about vintage clothes is just that it always has there's always a story to tell, especially if a piece is just a little bit beat up.
I think it's way more sustainable.
Whatever the reason, one thing seems clear. Vintage is in on the Western campus, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Ann Lambert, MMJC News.